Okay. I'm back again. Am I in the shot? I have to make sure because things don't work. Anyways, I'm back with Phantasm. So Phantasm, one of my favorite horror franchises. Really one of my favorite franchises in general. Like, I mean, I'm more of a horror guy than anything else, so love the series. I was first introduced to it in this interesting collection called Boogeyman. Basically, it's like a clip show. 10, 15-minute clips of various movies, and one of them was Phantasm. So I saw that, and I was like, I need to check out this movie. So I got the DVD. I think it was a MGM release at the time. And I'll show movies, whatnot, and just like the clips in just a moment. But saw that. It's like, I really like this movie. Really trippy. It has like a Tubular Bells kind of like soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. You know, the villain, Angus Scrimm as the tall man, fantastic. Really creepy. And just like whole like the surreal nature of it, like you don't really know what they're. I mean, vague spoilers. Like he's like grave robber, like shrinking down these corpses into little zombie men, and like they're doing something on a different planet. It's like very weird, surreal kind of thing, very dreamlike, which I really like. And the following sequels, which I did see at least two when I was younger. I remember that quad barrel shotgun. It always stuck with me. As far as 3, 4, I don't know if I saw them when I was younger. This is like 2003-ish kind of time frame. 2 stuck with me. I kind of lost my train of thought. 2 stuck with me as like it's like a road trip movie, and I really enjoyed it. And then when I started collecting movies again, like 2016-ish kind of area, I wanted to get into the franchise again. Had that DVD, tried to watch it. It's, you know, it's older, whatnot. I could be wrong. I think it's one of those where you put it in, and it's like a letterbox and a pillar box as well, so it's like shrunken. So I was like, I gotta get the Blu-ray. So I got the Blu-ray, the remastered from 5, 6 years ago. And I'll show these in just a moment. I'll kind of do like a little commentary over them like I did in the previous videos. But this is just my history about the franchise. Anyways, got that Blu-ray, really enjoyed it. Wanted to get the rest of them. 2, easy, so on Shout Factory when it was available. 3 and 4 weren't available at the time individually. There was that original pack, which I'll show in just a moment. But couldn't get them, so I had them digitally for a while. I mean, I still have them, but I had to watch them that way. And then 5 was on its own standalone. But watching them again, really enjoyed it. I love like the road trip kind of aspect of them, and also like the surreal kind of like nature of the story that's going on. 5 near the end, it is what it is. I still enjoy it for what it is, but I love this franchise. It's great, and needless to say, I've collected multiple copies of them. So again, had that DVD, got the Blu-ray of 1. Then 2, and then eventually the Blu-rays for 3 and 4 came out, and then I already had 5. And I was like, oh, I wanted more, and I got this set right here, which honestly I would say is probably at least in the US, there's the Arrow release, which I want, but I'm kind of hoping at some point they do a 4K set or something to that effect in the future. But in the US, the Welco set, this is probably the most complete version of like what you can get. There is like a 1 and 2, which has like a 4K scan of both of them and like Dolby Atmos, something like that. Just the Blu-ray, not a 4K. I would say with that and this would be the complete. I only say that because this right here has more special features in it. I mean, look pretty. And it has a nice sphere in it. And most notably compared to the other set that came out, the individual, which I like better. I like those individual sets. This is cool, but it's really difficult to get the movies out. And this packaging is kind of like throwaway packaging. The art's fantastic, but just to have this on its own without the movies in it is kind of sunken in, so I just keep it all in here. But it's best because it has, I really am rambling. It has all the special features that I want, like the making ofs. Like each movie has its own making of, and those individual releases, which I'll show in a little bit, don't have those making ofs in them. So you have to get one of these sets. And this one right here has, for number 5, an actual proper making of, because the one set that came out before this, it has like a behind the scenes kind of like collage of making of kind of thing, but no real like narrative to it, like a traditional like making of. This set right here has that on its bonus disc, I want to say, or on the Phantasm 5 disc. So I really enjoyed this set. It's just that it's really a pain to get everything out, and I don't even know sure if I'll take this apart just because it's so flimsy and just I don't really care for it. So yeah, it's the complete set, but I needed to have something where I didn't need it, but I wanted to have the proper, like the hard, rigid box with all of them in there. This looks nicer on a shelf, and I can actually pull them out and whatnot. So I did get that. So I'm going to run through all the movies, all the versions of this movie I have, and like a little clip show, and I'll do a little commentary where I got them and whatnot. But please enjoy that, and I'll give a little more like insight on the movies as well, just here and there. But roll the clip. And so we begin. So this is my original copy of Phantasm. I've had this for almost 20 years now. My go-to for a while up until I got the Blu-ray, which I'll show a little bit. It has a neat little booklet. Some pretty decent special features in this. But yeah, hard to let this one go. And up next is something kind of recent, actually really recent. I got this at FYE. It's a Anchor Bay edition of Phantasm. I haven't actually put this in yet. Just kind of got it because it's cool. It has the slipcover, a little bit of damage, but it's a pretty nice collector edition of Phantasm. On the probably like the last best edition on DVD. That was an awkward way of saying it. Now this is my first copy on Blu-ray. So the remaster done by J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot. Really great transfer. Really love it. Again, franchise like this, I'm hard pressed to get rid of these older editions, but pretty good edition. Quite enjoy it. As the DVD as well. Next up, because I'm a man, I had to get the Steelbook. I go in and out with Steelbooks. This is just a cool Steelbook, very minimalist. Same kind of like, I think same as the Blu-ray, but had to get it. Next up, we have Phantasm 2 by Shout Factory. This was out of print, and I think I just got this right before it disappeared. But really good, nice making of special features and whatnot. Kind of like the new cover art, it's pretty cool. Then we have the 2-pack, 1 and 2. This is with Dolby Atmos, I want to say, and they're also 4K scans. Phantasm 2 is the unrated version. When this first came out, they actually, a while ago, gave customers the wrong editions, just like the regular Blu-rays. I'm assuming from the big Sphere pack. So you had to mail in to get the actual new edition. So got those, but pretty good. Next up, Phantasm 3. So I originally got the digital version on the Xbox store because this was not available individually. So I got this bare bones special features, not really anything there. This and the next one, part of the reason why I got those box sets and the older box set, which I'll show in a little bit. Yes, kitty. My cat is bugging me right now. Next up, same deal, Phantasm 4. Have this on the Xbox store. Then it became available individually on Blu-ray. Pretty good edition. Other than the fact that there's no special features like number 3. But again, I just can't get rid of it. Just need to keep these things. Thus is hoarding. Anyways, next up, the most infamous Phantasm. Phantasm 5. I still kind of enjoy this movie. It is almost like a fan movie in a way. It was originally made as like a bonus feature for one of the then future sets, but then more money was put into it, became a bigger production, and became Phantasm Ravager. I mean, it is what it is. It's a nice little, like, it's stumbling on my words, but it's the ending, so I enjoy it well enough. And then the aforementioned box set. So this is pretty much like the best American edition, the most complete with like additions and special features. 3 and 4 have making ofs that aren't available on the individual Blu-rays. And this 5 on the other set that I'll show in a little bit had like a montage of like a making of, but this actually has a proper making of like the other one. So this has everything in it, except for it's just really annoying to take out of the packaging. It's like, what do you do? And because of that, what I did is just buy this edition. So maybe at some point I kind of like having everything where it's supposed to be. So like I thought maybe I'll put the discs from the Sphere edition to this, but it just doesn't really feel right. But yeah, this is an amazing set. This is like what you want, what I want as a collector. Just individual editions of each movie. Nice fat booklet with all the like, special features and whatnot. This is just going to be a montage of like all the editions. There is like inner artwork where it's just the Sphere and a Roman numeral. So you have, the Sphere in number 1 and Sphere in number 2. I reversed it to have the original poster art, but this edition is really good. Again, it is missing that making of for Phantasm 5, the proper making of, which is in the other edition. And 1 and 2. And 2 is interesting in this one where it's just the Shout Factory disc. It's the exact same thing, just different art. But 1 and 2 on that 2-pack, those are like 4K, Dolby Atmos, other bells and whistles. Phantasm 2 is unrated. But you know, this is like the best physical copy. There is in the UK, Arrow has their edition. They had one with the Sphere, really awesome box set. I came really close to buying it one day, but I resisted. And there is another edition where it's kind of like this one, where it's just all the individual movies. So I'm hoping someday there's going to be like a proper 4K of all these movies from Arrow, or maybe Wilco. I mean, Wilco's fine, but I'd rather have it from Arrow. And if they do a 4K set of all of them, then that'll be the one I'm getting. Here's the booklet. Pretty good booklet, a lot of information. But yeah, that's my Phantasm collection. This is one of my favorite franchises. You know, movies, horror movies, whatnot. So thank you so much for listening to my ramblings, and please like, subscribe, comment if you wish. It's all much appreciated.